The stench of war hung heavy smoke, gunpowder, and decay. Captain Helmut Schroeder, a man hardened by years of conflict, picked his way through the devastated French village. Buildings lay in ruins, testaments to the devastating wrath of war. It was amidst this desolation that Helmut stumbled upon a sight that gave him pause. An American soldier, barely alive, pinned beneath a fallen beam. He was a colonel, his uniform tattered, his face contorted in pain. Helmut stared at the enemy soldier, his instincts screaming at him. This was the enemy, an obstacle to be eradicated. Yet, as he looked at the colonel's desperate struggle for each breath, Helmut felt something shift within him. The soldier wasn't an enemy in that moment, just a man clinging to life. Helmut knelt, his fingers hovering over the colonel's chest. He could feel the faint heartbeat, a fragile rhythm clinging to existence. The eyes flickered open, meeting Helmut's gaze. There was no hatred in them, only pain and a plea for mercy. In that shared gaze, something profound transcended the battlefield. A maelstrom raged within Helmut. He had his orders, take no prisoners. The Führer's words echoed in his mind, a constant drumbeat of fear and obedience. To defy those orders was to invite death, not just for himself but for his entire family. The consequences of disobedience were etched into the very fabric of the Third Reich. Yet, as he looked at the helpless soldier before him, Helmut couldn't reconcile himself to the cold, brutal logic of war. Where was the honor in ending a life already teetering on the brink? Where was the victory in crushing a man already broken? The soldier had fought bravely, just as Helmut had. He deserved compassion, not a bullet. This was not the enemy, Helmut realized, but a fellow soldier, a human being deserving of dignity even in defeat. The tenets of his upbringing, the values instilled by his parents, kindness, empathy, compassion, warred against the indoctrination of the Nazi regime. The decision once made settled upon Helmut with the weight of 1,000 suns. He would spare the colonel, consequences be damned. He would defy the very ideology that sought to strip him of his humanity. It was a choice born not of weakness, but of a deep-seated strength, a refusal to relinquish the core of his being. Gently, Helmut lifted the beam, easing the pressure on the colonel's mangled leg. He tore a strip from his own shirt, fashioning a makeshift bandage. Every movement was a betrayal of his country, his Führer, and yet, it felt like the most natural thing in the world. He knew the risks. He knew that discovery meant certain death. But as he met the colonel's grateful eyes, he knew he could do nothing else. In that single act of defiance, Helmut reclaimed his humanity, choosing compassion over cruelty, mercy over murder. The war raged on, a relentless tide of destruction and death. But for Helmut, the world had shifted on its axis. He had stared into the abyss of his soul and emerged forever changed. He continued to fight, for he was a soldier, bound by duty and honor. But he carried with him the secret of that day, a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. The memory of the American colonel became his compass, guiding him towards acts of quiet defiance. He shared his rations with captured prisoners, tended to the wounds of enemy soldiers, small acts of rebellion that reaffirmed his faith in humanity. He knew he couldn't save everyone, but he could choose mercy in the face of barbarity, and that made all the difference. Helmut's act of mercy had a ripple effect, extending far beyond that ruined village. Years later, after the war had ended, he was found by the very soldier he had saved, a testament to the enduring power of compassion in a world ravaged by hate. Theirs was a bond forged in the crucible of war, a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit.